There's a bunch of fake news that's being shared right now and or it's being misinterpreted. So let me go ahead and just keep you guys up to date. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So again, one of my shorts today in today's live trading session with the LPP team, I shorted RDDT, and then I ended up shorting coin as well. Overall, I'm up over $7,000 on the day. If you guys are part of LPP, feel free to watch today's live trading session. Beautiful short setup on Reddit, a little bit over $2,200 on the day. Opened up short as it became overbought. Markets began to retrace, added more to it, and then closed out the short. The thing that I really want to talk about is the NASDAQ market. Why did we pump? We pumped based off of false and fake narrative. The idea that the Fed as a whole was going to cut interest rates in the month of July. And that is partially furthest from the truth, because if you actually heard Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, he said he's in no rush. He has no intention of cutting interest rates anytime soon because data does not support it, right? And as long as economic data does not support it, there is no reason for him or the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates. And if we look at this, as quick as we pumped, we gave it all back, and now NASDAQ market is in the red. And rightfully so. NASDAQ market should be dumping. There is nothing about our economy that is thriving. That being said, again, this is the actual news that was released. It was not the head of the Federal Reserve. It was not the overall Federal Reserve. It was Governor Chris Waller, who, again, is Federal Reserve Governor Chris Waller says Fed should cut interest rates next month and that President Trump's tariffs won't significantly boost inflation. That is complete bullshit. You know that. Like, I don't know why people try to fight it. When you raise tariffs, those tariffs get passed down to the consumer, and those tariffs will cause inflation. And it just takes months for that to trickle down to the consumer or the CPI data report. So, and of course, Eric Daughtry says, finally, common sense, make it happen. It's insane to me that, I mean, this isn't even the worst one. You have profiles and pages online sharing that. They show a picture of Jerome Powell saying, the Fed is set to cut interest rates in the month of July. This is great news. That is furthest from the truth. And this is why the market is correcting, because of how much that is not true, right? Because if it was stated by Jerome Powell, then yes, markets would rise. But the part that I really wanted you to understand is that, isn't it funny that on the slightest and slimmest form of good news, right, and how they twist it to make it much better than what it actually is, the markets push, and the markets are eager to push. But guess what? War's still going on between Israel and Iran. I mean, we just received an update. It's not like things are getting better, right? Breaking. The Iranian regime has launched a barrage of ballistic missiles at, is it Haifa? A city where Jew and Arabs live side by side in peace. And it's this crazy attack where obviously there's a bunch of civilians that are located there. You also have, supposedly, Israel intelligence believe that Iran could assemble a nuclear weapon within 15 days. It's a great thing that Trump now extended the time that he's going to give Iran. As of yesterday, it's been 2 weeks is what he's given Iran. 3 days ago, he said that it was 48 hours. So again, absolute BS with what is that's going on. I found this tweet to be funny. It's like I stepped on crap, and then it shows XRP. Obviously, just a joke. If you get offended, then you need to check your sense of humor. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that you were aware is that the national debt surpasses $37 trillion for the first time in history. Congrats, everyone. We did it. This is what we're celebrating. This is what I want you to see. You can have any opinion that you want down in the comment section. We're all entitled to our own opinion. But facts don't lie. In the slightest form of good news that, a member of the Federal Reserve, a member, not the head, not the overall Federal Reserve, a member stated that, yeah, I agree with Trump. And yes, Trump's tariffs are not going to cause inflation. First off, we all know that's bullshit, right? Second, it's a member. In the slightest form of good news, markets rocket. Markets try to push up just to showcase how irrational markets are. But with more war going on, with things getting worse, with our national debt exceeding and hitting a limit that we've never been at before, markets were still itching to push, and they're still somewhat holding. I mean, markets are only down 0.32%, and it could quickly recover from this. I just want you to see how irrational markets are. And if you look at the larger time frame, markets are incredibly overbought. This shouldn't come as a surprise. Look at this, an overbought reversal, huge pullback potential. It's not that it has to pull back, it's that why would you buy here? What's the profit potential and at what's the risk, right? The risk exposure is insane. You're telling me that if you had $1,000 from $1,000 to all-time highs, 2.2%, 2.4%, great. You'd make 24 bucks, right? Cool. Risk potential, again, if things get worse before they get better, as we all see, 22%. 10 times. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that no one likes to talk? And anytime that I highlight risk, everyone gets offended. Ricky, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're talking so bad about the market. What's good to talk about the market? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. What is good about our economy that's so good to talk about that we want to invest now? Are interest rates being cut? Are bond yields going down? Are employment levels rising or dropping? Is inflation dropping? Nothing. This one was actually something that I thought was quite interesting, is that the gap between home sale price and their original list price have never been larger, meaning that from what a property gets listed for to what they actually sell it for, because of all these seller concessions and having to do price drops, there's never been a larger gap. There is nothing about our economy that is thriving. We're inching closer to war and getting involved between Israel and Iran. We have no trade agreement signed with any country, and it's been 6 months. And we just hit $37 trillion in debt, and Trump wants to pass the big, beautiful bill that will add another $3 to $5 trillion to our deficit in the next 5 to 10 years. Again, yeah, maybe it is all just panic in my head, right? There is nothing about our overall economy that is thriving. People are getting laid off. It's cheaper to rent than it is to buy a house. It's incredibly expensive to take out a mortgage with bond yields going up. And more people are drowning in debt now than we've seen in quite some time. And again, just to add to the mix of the Iran and Israel war, where of course the US is inching closer and closer to getting involved. So we'll see how things continue to develop or if markets continue to stay irrational. Just wanted to make sure that I did my part in keeping you guys up to date. Let me make this very clear. This video is not to encourage you to short. I don't want any of you to short. I don't want any beginner to take a short position because it comes at a much greater form of risk. Let me make that very clear. But it makes absolute no sense to be buying any stock at these levels, at least not many stocks, as an investment. To trade is a different story. But as an investment, markets are overbought, overvalued, and overhyped up. Markets are simply irrational. And to me, it's just the breaking point to where things get flushed out. Markets need to get flushed out because they simply do not belong here, as economic data does not support it. So again, I'll make sure that I do my part in keeping you guys up to date. I hope to see you for our live trading session on Monday. And again, if you want to tune on in, it's going to be the second link in the description down below for one of our biggest discounts, so you can watch me trade live every morning. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.